Good morning, children. Welcome back with the next part of the lesson. So far the lesson what we were discussing was the new kings and kingdoms. The new kings and kingdoms. So in the last class we have discussed that many kings in our country have ruled different parts of our country. Yes, many kings has ruled different parts of our country. So the first, the king that we all know from Rajahmundry was Rajaraja Narendra, isn't it? Now, I have told that every king used to have their subordinates or the assistant people who were supporting them supporting or assisting them. So these subordinates are also known as Samantas. These subordinates are also known as Samantas. So they used to assist the king. So they were given much importance in the kingdom after the king. So in the absence of the king, it is the Samantas' duty to look after the king. Now, so because of this, the Samantas were expected to bring kind of gifts to the king every time. So, the Samantas were expected to bring gifts to the king and he has to offer the gift to the king before everyone in the king's courtyard. So, whatever the administration work was done, whatever the places the king has conquered, so all these things were written in a copper plates. That means a written part in the copper plates known as prahastis. So this work was done by the Brahmins. This work was done by the Brahmins, and that too in the language of Sanskrit. Some part of the the matter was written in the Sanskrit, and the other part in the regional language that the king's kingdom was. Okay, in that language. Now, so in this part of the lesson, so today we are going to discuss about a king known as Muhammad Ghazni. Muhammad Ghazni. So Muhammad Ghazni is Muhammad Ghazni was a king from Afghanistan. Muhammad Ghazni was a king from Afghanistan. So Ghazni is a place in Afghanistan. So he was a king. That means Muhammad of Afghanistan. Muhammad Ghazni from Afghanistan. So when the places what he has conquered is Central Asia, the South Asian places as well as the places of Iran. Okay, so the main motive or the main eye was to drain whatever the wealth from the wealthy temples. To drain, that means to take off all the wealth from the wealthy temples, that means rich temples in India. So among them, Somnath temple was a famous temple in India, that is in Gujarat, a famous temple. So he has drained, that means he has taken all the wealth from the temples, and whenever he used to collect all this wealth, he used to send them back to his own place known as Ghazni in Afghanistan. So his work is to collect all the wealth from the place and used to send them back to the Ghazni. Okay, so whatever the work he has done or wherever the places he has conquered, so all these things were written in a book. All these things were written in a book known as Kitab al-Hind. So Kitab al-Hind is a book written by a person known as al-Biruni. Al-Biruni. So he was a Brahmin from Afghanistan. That means he was a priest or a Brahmin from his place in Afghanistan. So he has written about Muhammad Ghazni's administration as well as the places he has conquered as well as the wealth he has got. He has written in a book known as Kitab al-Hind. So in this book also it was written in the Sanskrit words. Even this book was also written in Sanskrit. So this person al-Biruni has approached the persons, that means the Indian Brahmins who has given the words from Sanskrit, and the remaining part of the book was finished in the Afghani language. Okay, so this was all about Muhammad Ghazni. Now we are going to talk about a famous rulers of India were Chahmanas. Chahmanas or Chauhans. In the present days we call them Chauhans. So Chahmanas or Chauhans. So Chahmanas and Chauhans or Chauhans. So what their intention was? So what their intention was to. So usually they were conquering the places from Delhi to Ajmer. So Delhi to Ajmer, Delhi in the north and Ajmer towards the Rajasthan. So these places were under their kingdom, under their rule. So what happened is their intention was to conquer the places from west of India to the east of India, from west of India to east of India. So the other kings known as Chalukyas, they have opposed them. That means they did not let these Chauhans to occupy the places of west to east of India. Okay, so among these Chauhans, the famous person Prithviraj Chauhan. Okay, we might have all heard about him, Prithviraj Chauhan. So he was the person who has defeated a Muhammad king known as, so among them the famous person known as Prithviraj Chauhan. Okay, so he has defeated the person known as Muhammad Ghori. So Muhammad Ghori was also a king, that means a Mughal, that means a Muslim king. Okay, so he was defeated by Prithviraj Chauhan in the year of 1191. The year of 1191. So soon after the battle with Muhammad Ghori in the year of 1191, Prithviraj Chauhan has passed away in the year of 1192. 1192. Next, after the year of the battle, he has lost his life. So this is about a small part of Chahmanas or the Chauhans. Now let us come into the part of South India. That means what are the places of South India were ruled by the kings. Who were the kings who has ruled the part of South India? So South India was the place, that means south of India. We can see that the rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri are the rivers which are flowing in these parts. So the water is to travel to different parts. That means whenever the river is flowing, it makes small streams or tributaries. It makes small streams. That means small channels so that the water can go. So that water used to pass from different places. Okay, for example, Godavari and this Krishna river started from Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra and all. So from there it has started made its own channels. So finally it has to end up into the ocean of Bay of Bengal. So in the same way, the rivers like the sacred rivers like Krishna, Godavari, Kaveri were the rivers in South India where most of the kings' intention was to have their kingdom near the river valleys. That means near the rivers. That means places of near the river deltas and these kind of places. There I was in those places. Why? Because so that they can make agriculture or make the work of irrigation well there. Okay, so their work is to generate crops, generate food crops, do the process of agriculture, do the generate food, generate agriculture, irrigation purpose, transport, everything, and everything they used to focus. So their main parts was near the coastal areas or near the places where the rivers used to flow. Now these Cholas are So these Cholas were in the places of South India where in the places these Cholas were in the places of South India. So see, this is a map of Cholas where see the part of that means the places where they have ruled. This is the part, the shaded part, the shaded red part is of the place where the Cholas kingdom were there. Now how did they become successful? From the places of Urayur and Tanjavur. Here the small place, if you can see, small places, Urayur and Tanjavur. So they have started their journey from these small places in the south of India. So what happened is, so firstly one of the minor chiefly family, that means in that Urayur is a place where in South India, so there was a small family, Mruttayur is a small family in Urayur. Okay, Mruttayur. Firstly, Urayur. In that a small minor chiefly family known as Muttayur. Small chief family where their intention was to conquer the other places in South India, to conquer the other places of South India. Firstly, this Muttayur were the subordinates or the assistant of Pallava dynasty. They were the Pallava dynasty. They are the small, this Muttayur are the people from Urayur. Okay, these are the group of small chief families in Urayur. They were the subordinates of Palla dynasty. So they used to assist the Palla dynasty. Now they wanted to expand their kingdom on the name of Chola. They wanted to expand their kingdom on the name of Chola. So what happened is they have started. So Muttayur. So what here is, it's about Pallava kings, okay, not dynasty, it's kings, okay. So what happened is, among them the person known as Vijayalaya. Vijayalaya, whose intention was to occupy or conquer the neighboring places, and even from the places from the north to the south, north and the south part of the India, there I was to just conquer these places. So this Vijayalaya during the 9th century, that means during some 10, for example, some in the year of 1028 or something, that kind of a year. So this is known as the 9th century. Okay. So what they wanted to do is, they wanted to this person Vijayalaya, whatever he has collected, that means whatever his administration, that means whatever the kingdom were, his intention is to expand his kingdom. His intention was to expand his kingdom, and from the north to the south he wanted to conquer. Now in the time of the 19th century, ninth century, he has built a temple. Known as Nishumbhashini. It's a goddess. Nishumbhashini is a goddess where her temple was built. So among them the famous king known as Rajaraja I during the time of 985. We are talking about 985 AD, about Rajaraja I. So one of the famous person from the same chiefly family, Rajaraja I, who has occupied the places of this Kaveri Delta, or the place where this river Kaveri is flowing. So they have occupied the places, and they have started from the journey from Urayur to Tanjavur, and slowly they have occupied most of the parts near the Kaveri Delta. Okay, so and the king known as Rajaraja I in the year of 985 AD. Now along with Rajaraja I, his son Rajaraja's son known as Rajendra I. Rajaraja's son known as Rajendra I. Even he along with his father have looked after the kingdom very well. The administrative work, whatever they have, how to look after the kingdom, how to look for the betterment of his kingdom, every small detail, this son and father together, they have done a beautiful work. Okay, they used to have good relation with the other parts of the countries. For example, they have expanded their rule as well as a good relation, or having a kind of relation with the people of southeast of Asia, from the places of Sri Lanka and all these places. They used to have a relation, as well as they wanted to expand their kingdom over there. Now, so they had a system of this navy system. Okay, system of this exporting, or these kind of systems, these kind of business they have started. The administration work has started. So this was about the Cholas. Okay, now so when these kings were there, the Cholas were there, there were some temples. Okay, there were some famous temples where the idols are there. No, the idols were made of bronze. Okay, like I'll show you once. Okay, there were some idols in the temples which were made in bronze. The metal was known as bronze. So this is a figure of an idol where it was made with the bronze. So not only these kind of idols, as well as the goddesses or the other god, that means deities, even their idols were also made from the metal known as bronze. So the temples, what this Rajaraja I and his son has constructed, So the places wherever they have constructed the good temples, so these temples were not only the places of worship. It was said that these places were not only the places of worship, so it was also the place where people from different parts of the country used to come to the temple, and they used to sit and discuss the economic development. Now what is economic development? That means how to develop a country, how to develop the income, okay, how to earn more, how to earn the wealth. So all these small discussions, every single discussions used to be happening in this temple. Okay, so this is a place where all the business talks used to happen. So not only the places of worship, it was also a place where different people from different places used to come. They used to worship and they used to discuss all the business talks. And along with that, it is also a place where people like musicians, people like dancers, people like priests, garland makers, people who used to clean the gardens, people who used to maintain the garden, and also all these people used to live in that temple. So it was also a kind of a house to them. So these people used to live in these places. Now, as we have talked that the Cholas are the people where their kingdoms were near Kaveri Delta, where their kingdom were near Kaveri Delta. Now, the river Kaveri, before just ending into the Bay of Bengal, the river Kaveri, before ending into Bay of Bengal, it has some small streams. Streams means the narrow passages. So from where the water flows. So whenever the water flows, all the fertile soil it is to deposit in the banks of the rivers. I have told. Okay, all the fertile soil used to be deposited on the banks of the rivers. That means oddu will say no in Telugu odduna. Okay, so all the good fertile soil was to be were deposited on the banks of the rivers. Finally, when the river finishes up into Bay of Bengal, when the river is going to mix finally into the Bay of Bengal, it leaves all the fertile soil. Now this fertile soil is helping the people of Cholas, that means the people who the kingdom of Cholas, helping them for irrigation or for agriculture. Irrigation and agriculture. Now here what happened is, the Cholas, why they were successful, why they were famous, is because of the agriculture only. Because of the agriculture only. So the people got good fertile lands as well as the facility of Kaveri river water, and the people were there to look after the crops, and also because of that they could grow crops twice a year. They could grow crops twice a year, and this is how they have generated a lot of crops. So agriculture wise they were so successful. Okay, and even for the business works also they were so successful. They used to prepare these idols of the bronze idols, and they used to even transport them to the other parts of the country. Okay, now these idols, these bronze idols, was very much famous in other countries also. So the people from other countries used to get these idols from the people from the Cholas only. Now, so what happened is, the Brahmins, that previously I told, the Brahmins were given the lands when they have done the work of Prahastis, no? The lands were given to the Brahmins. Now, the lands what they have taken, the lands how how the Brahmins got no as a gift. So those lands were also used in the time of Cholas for agriculture. For agriculture. Now, the places where this agriculture was taken place, it is now the Brahmins wish whether he wants to construct a dam or construct a reservoir or dig the land to store the water, or dig the land like whenever there is no rainfall, this water can be used for agriculture purpose. Now what they have done, the river Kaveri water, if it is, if the field is far away from the river, so they used to make some channels so that the water can reach to the fields. And they have also made this system of reservoirs where they have collected water in particular place, and through pumps and all they have supplied water to different fields. Okay, so this was all done, all this work was done under the kingdom of Cholas. Now when the temples were built in this Chola, that means when they were the temples, that means the place where people used to come. So all these temples, there will be some persons who will be the head for the temples, the members of the temples. Now who were the members of the temples? Who were the members of the temples? So the village, that means the kingdom or the village what the Cholas had, were divided into different provinces. Provinces, or that means a place, group of small villages together, or like that, they divided into provinces or known as mandalams. Provinces or known as mandalams. provinces or mandalams. Okay, provinces or mandalams. The kingdom was divided like that. Now again these mandalams were divided into nadus, nadus and nadus and velnadus. But again these mandals were divided into nadus and velnadus. Now what happened? Okay, so this is Nadu and Valanadu. Okay, it is Valanadu, Nadus and Valanadus. Now these Nadus and Valanadus, here the Valanadus are from Vellela caste. Vellela caste. So they used to look after all the work, all the administrative work what Nadus used to have, what places of Nadu used to happen. Whatever the administration work of Nadus used to happen were all looked by the people of Vellela caste. So they are the people who are the people who are like close related to the people of this mandalams. Okay, so they were the chiefly families, you can say, or the related families to the people of that means the rich peasants of mandalams here, the rich peasants of this mandalams here. Now all this farming work or all this administration works was looked by this Vellela caste. Now to be a member of a temple, there, what they have done is they used to write a small slip on the palm leaf, the name of the name of the person on the palm leaf. They used to just fold it and put it into an earthen pot. What is earthen pot? We put water and drink, no, pots, regular pots. So those are known as earthen pots. So in those pots they have put some slips into that. They used to put like that. So a young boy from a village among the group, they used to call a boy and they used to tell him to pick a slip. So whoever name comes into that person will be a member, or a person can be a member of the temple as well as this person who belongs to the Vellela caste here. So usually he can be a member of the temple there. Now there are some conditions that person cannot work if he has already got a chance 3 times previously. His age should not cross of 70